Hello and welcome. You're watching HumanBodyGrounding.com, and in this video, we're diving into the science of grounding. Let's get started.
So what if I told you that one of the most powerful keys to wellness is totally free, it's incredibly simple, and it's literally right beneath your feet? Today, we're going to dive into the science of grounding, this often overlooked connection to our planet that might just be the missing link to feeling better.
And really, this is the big question we're tackling. I mean, we've become so advanced, so modern, but in building our world, did we accidentally unplug ourselves from a vital natural energy source? It's a pretty wild idea, so let's unpack it. You know, for almost all of human history, we were physically connected to the earth. We walked around barefoot, we slept on the ground. But today, we live in this world of rubber-soled shoes, insulated homes, and high-rise buildings. We've basically put a barrier between us and the planet. We've cut ourselves off.
So what exactly is this connection that we've lost? Well, the answer isn't mystical or anything like that. It's actually rooted in some pretty basic physics. Yeah, it all comes down to this simple, elegant flow of electrons.
Okay, so let's introduce the hero of our story, the free electron. Just think of the Earth's surface as this giant, rechargeable battery. It's holding a massive, practically limitless reservoir of these negatively charged particles. And this natural charge is constantly being topped up by solar radiation and thousands of lightning strikes happening every single minute.
And now, let's meet the villain, free radicals. See, inside our bodies, things like stress, a bad diet, and even just normal everyday processes create these really unstable molecules that are missing an electron. They get desperate to become stable again, so they go around stealing electrons from our healthy cells, which kicks off this chain reaction of damage. This whole process contributes to chronic inflammation, which scientists now link to pretty much every major modern disease you can think of.
So here's the problem in a nutshell. On one side, you've got this unstable, positively charged free radical just causing chaos. But when it finds an electron to pair up with, it becomes a stable, totally harmless molecule. The damage just stops. The big question is, where can our bodies get a surplus of electrons to make this happen?
This is such a powerful way to think about it. We hear all the time about eating antioxidant-rich foods, right? To fight those free radicals? Well, this idea suggests that the Earth itself might be the biggest, most powerful antioxidant of them all, offering a direct pipeline of exactly what our bodies need to fight off that inflammation.
So here it is, the big secret. When your bare skin touches the Earth, your body, which is a great conductor of electricity by the way, basically becomes an extension of the planet. Those free electrons can then flow right up into your system where they go on a search and destroy mission for those damaging free radicals and neutralize them. It's really that simple.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a really fascinating theory, but is there any actual proof? Well, let's take a look at the emerging evidence and see what the early studies are starting to show.
The list of benefits that researchers and just everyday people are reporting is pretty impressive. A lot of them are tied to inflammation and stress, things like less chronic pain, way better sleep, and just an overall feeling of calm. But there's also evidence pointing to better blood flow, improved heart health, and even faster recovery for athletes after a tough workout. And to get a little more specific, there was a key study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research that gave us some of the first real hard evidence. It found that grounding the body actually produced measurable changes in the immune system's activity, and this is the big one, it led to a significant reduction in pain for the people in the study.
And hey, for anyone out there who struggles with sleep, this is huge. Cortisol, that's our main stress hormone, is supposed to be at its lowest point at night while we sleep. But for so many of us, it's all out of whack. Well, this other study showed that sleeping while grounded helped normalize that cortisol rhythm, which led to deeper, more restorative sleep.
Science is one thing, but personal experience really brings it all home. This quote just captures that common journey perfectly. People start out a little skeptical, but then they start noticing real changes. That sense of calm, sleeping deeper, and waking up without that usual knot of anxiety. It's stories like this that are getting more and more people interested.
So at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, this sounds pretty cool. How can I actually try this? Well, the great news is it's incredibly simple. Let's look at the practical ways you can start reconnecting.
You've basically got two main options here. The first one is the most natural, obviously, direct contact. Just take off your shoes and walk on some grass, dirt, or sand. Even wading in a lake or standing in the ocean works perfectly. The second option is designed for our modern lives, grounding devices. These are things like mats or sheets that you can plug into the ground port of an electrical outlet. and they bring that same Earth energy right into your home or office.
And get this, you don't need to block out hours of your day. The research suggests that as little as 20 to 30 minutes a day is enough to start feeling some of these potential benefits. I mean, that's less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite show.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, it's really important to frame this the right way. Grounding isn't being sold as some kind of magical cure-all pill. It's much more about seeing it as a return to our natural state, our biological baseline, the way our bodies were actually designed to function all along.
So what's the ultimate takeaway? It's this: we are bioelectrical beings living on an electrical planet. And that connection isn't just some nice, fuzzy idea. It might actually be a fundamental and totally overlooked requirement for our health, just like clean water, good food, and sunshine are.
And so, I'll just leave you with this final thought. In our busy, insulated, modern lives, when was the last time you actually took off your shoes and really, truly felt the earth? It's a simple question, but based on everything we've just talked about, the answer could be a lot more important than we ever realized. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel for more content from humanbodygrounding.com. For even more resources, don't forget to visit our website at humanbodygrounding.com. See you in the next video. For more details, visit our website, link in description.